Hi, everyone. This is Joanne.
And Tom, hello.
Welcome back for another episode. We're here to talk to you today. If you are thinking of purchasing a home, what do you do? Tom, should my first step be to get a pre-approval?
Well, you know, it's interesting. Most people go out and choose their home first, start looking for their home.
Mm-hmm.
What we're going to talk about today is you should choose your realtor before you choose your home.
Pretty
You know, it's interesting, isn't it? How many of us go through the process, say, this is probably the largest investment you're ever going to make, and you're free to choose whoever you want to help you represent you in this purchase. But so many of us, and me before I got in the real estate business, we see a home, we call on that home, or we go online and request a showing on that home.
Right.
And we don't even think about the realtor that's now representing us and what's the largest investment you're probably ever going to make. So this is about choose your realtor before you choose your home. The first thing you should do is find a realtor that's going to represent you.
Wow.
Okay.
That sounds so powerful, right?
It is powerful.
And like you said, Tom, this is the largest investment you're going to make probably in your life, or one of anyway, I should say. So I don't know. You just said if I go and type online and I'm just getting someone.
You don't know who's going to show up. Is it an experienced agent? Is it a professional person? Is there somebody who lines up with you ethically, right? Is this somebody that's going to represent you in the way you want to be represented? It's a huge decision. And I've told this story many times. I try to tell people, it's like realtors get paid from the transaction. You as a buyer do not pay the realtor. Now, most states, there may be states where you do, but for the most part, the seller of a home pays a commission, and that is usually split in some way between the realtor they hire to sell the home and the realtor who represents the buyer. So as a buyer, you don't really pay the commission, okay? So put it this way. If you were going to go have surgery and all the surgeons cost the same amount, right? You can pick any surgeon one, it's the same value. Would you go with somebody who's part-time, have done a few surgeries on the weekends, part-time, or would you go with the surgeon with a great history of, successful surgeries and has reviews about their surgeries and success stories about their surgery? You're going to go with somebody with the experience and the success. It's the same thing when you're choosing a realtor. You can choose anybody you want to represent you in purchasing the largest investment you're ever going to make. It doesn't cost you anything. And
that's a good point. When it comes to our health, we do get a second opinion. That's always talked about. Get a second opinion from another physician. So
I'm glad you said second opinion is, I'm not saying just pick a realtor and that's the one you go. Interview 2 or 3. Like if I'm selling, so often, I've been doing this for 32 years. So many times when we're helping somebody sell their home, sellers of homes quite often will interview 2 or 3 realtors that are going to represent them professionally, ethically, the way they want to be represented. But buyers just go online or they see a house and call on a sign, and they accept whoever shows up at the door as their realtor.
Yeah. Aren't all realtors the same, though, Tom?
Oh, my gosh. Are all surgeons the same?
That's a good point.
Right? Are there different levels of success, different levels of experience, knowledge, and those kind of things?
So what are things a buyer should, if I'm looking for a home, I guess, I don't even know, what do I look for in a realtor? What's important?
Well, why don't you tell us some of the things? What would you think would be important if you're looking for a realtor?
I think I'm looking for someone who, I want to connect with them. So I think I do want to meet with someone.
It would be nice if you liked your realtor. Wouldn't that be? That'd be a nice thing.
And I think that's hard to do that online. I don't know. I don't know who the person is.
So it's somebody you want to like the person.
Right. So you want someone you know and you trust.
Right.
Talk to them about previous sales. Maybe I want to know what type of, what they're familiar with.
One thing I want to point out is it's not always the experience. Like I've been doing this 32 years. There's some people that are in their first year, they can represent you as well as a 32-year veteran because we all work together as a team. Like here at Weichert Realtors Ileana, I'm a mentor to a lot of the newer agents. Yeah. We do things together. I'm asking questions. Heck, I'll ask Joanne. I've been doing this 32 years. How long have you been doing this, Joanne? 5. There's times that I'm consulting here on questions. Hey, Joanne, I think you had this happen before in a transaction. What did you do? How did you work through it? That's who we are. So within our company, we've got new agents that can represent you at the highest level because we have a team of people here to support you.
People to back up. And I remember when I first started, I worked with Tom a lot, and I was nervous because I was unfamiliar with things, but I was confident at the same time because I knew I've got Tom to back. Tom is here. So even like Tom said, you can have a newer agent represent you. Just check in that they have some backup, a great team to kind of support them through the process.
But the biggest thing we want to drive home for you today is choose your realtor before your home. It is so important, and it's free. Okay, you can choose whoever you want. You might want to interview 2 or 3. You might ask friends and family. You might go online. Now, one thing is, it's kind of interesting. I've been doing this 32 years. So sometimes you can go search for a 32-year veteran. I may not have the same online presence as some other people. But don't take that as a negative, because a lot of us, I don't have time to be online and doing those kind of things. So a lot of times those realtors are online, you see their posts all over the place. It's like, how could you possibly have time to do all that if you got all these clients you're taking care of and caring about? We care about you. We'll take great care of you. Okay. So interview realtors. And so we talk about how many steps are there to buy a home. We're going to talk about that on our next. We're going to talk about 6 steps when you purchase a home. Okay. So that our next video is going to be on that. And what we're going to talk about, the first step is find your agent, interview agents, find the realtor before you find the home. Okay. And then that great agent is going to take you through the other 5 steps of getting pre-approved, of finding out, getting to know you and what your needs are and wants are and desires. We study homes and prices every day. There's times people have come to us looking for a home that's not for sale, but when they tell me what they're looking for, we go find it for them. We'll find you that home that fits your needs. Okay. And then we start showing you homes, and then we negotiate the process, and then we go to a closing, hand your keys, your new home. And that's what excites us. So next time we're going to go through those 6 steps a little bit more. But today, I just want you to know, please choose your realtor before you choose your home.
And we have a little something for you too, a little treat. If you go to askweichert@gmail.com, we actually have 10 things how to choose your realtor. Excellent. Questions and things to ask, because it's important for you to have. Sometimes, as a buyer, you might not know what to ask. You've never bought a home before. I don't even know what to ask someone. We're gonna provide you a little goodie today.
Yeah, and obviously we would love to represent you, and we have a great team of agents here. But most importantly, this is the biggest financial investment you're ever going to make. Make sure you have good qualified representation before you do it. So thank you guys so much for joining us today, and we will see you next week.
Next time.
Bye, all.
Thank you.